Welcome to D.
And here it comes. Swing and a miss. And a World Series Game 7 win is in the books. Dagger! It's 1974. The Washington Capitals are the 2018 Stanley Cup champions. Like that.
You gotta like that, right?
Despite all this, despite the churn, my approval ratings keep going up.
We are ready to give our 500% support back to this franchise, back to this city, back to this team after Snyder leaves. And then this is the poo-poo you put on the field.
For the very first time, the Washington Mystics are WNBA champions.
The Washington Commanders select Jaden Daniels.
I'm going to support fake teams that can't ruin my life.
Did you call bank? I call game.
Thank you. Sorry to keep you waiting. Complicated business.
Hello, everybody. Hello, one. Hello, all. Hello, FP. My name is Joe. This is the DTC podcast, episode 381. And FP, I got to tell you, I know we were just talking in the green room here right before we went live. I got nothing. I got nothing. It might as well be the middle of July right now. Like, I'm supposed to be into the NBA playoffs, and admittedly, I'm kind of getting into them. We got the NHL playoffs happening, kind of getting into those. Obviously, the Avs, yes, I'm following. But man, I wish it was football season. Like, I need. Can we get back to football? Like, how fast can we get back to football?
I was most excited today seeing Commanders' social media post the players in the new uniforms again, and they just had all the different combinations. And that to me was more exciting than all of the NHL wild, crazy games, the NBA playoffs proving that the regular season is doo-doo and doesn't matter. Even F1, like, there's so much to be focused on, and this is a great month for sports.
Yes, it should be. Yes,
but the NBA just,
it's also Cinco de Mayo, and like it falls on Taco Tuesday. Like, there's all kinds of fun stuff that are supposed to be happening. And honestly, we were debating, like, hey, do we do this show? Do we punt? We got. By the way, I know we've been teasing OMC 25. It's in the can. I don't know exactly when we're releasing it, but I can tell you this with 100% certainty. It's one of the best OMCs we've ever done. It is a great off-season movie club. We had drinks with our boy Crab Cake, and he wants in on the show.
Best name ever.
Crab Cake is excited, except he came out swinging with a terrible rating on a beloved movie. So I don't know.
I'm looking forward to debating him on that one because I can see where he came from with it.
Oh, I can't.
But he's wrong.
I can't. I don't know. He may be one and done. We've had a number of one and dones here in the past, but yeah. So OMC 25. If you don't see it pop up this week, you'll probably see it next week. At the latest, it'll be next week. FP and I have been clamoring for a week off here, and of course, if no one's going to hit record, then there's no one else that's going to talk. Then we don't have much of a show. So we're trying to figure that out. But I do want to start with the Commanders. I want to start with the uniform. All of the uniform chatter. FP, they looked so good. They look so good.
I can't
like
wait.
if you squint just a little bit, kind of looks like the Redskins, doesn't it?
Can't wait to see this team disappoint me. I can't wait to see them disappoint in style.
Yeah, as we say every week in the opener, as I say every week, it's quoted in the opener. I'm going to support fake teams that can't ruin my life, but I can get behind a team that hopefully goes 500 that looks good doing it, and those uniforms look good. FP, they look.
I've surprisingly I have no complaints. Even like the stupid spear W is growing on me.
It's not that bad. It's not that bad. I know.
It's growing on me.
I know. The internet is going to internet, right? I mean, the Reddit is just like full of people that are like, well, the W with the spear doesn't make sense. It's either like it's going through the W. It should be behind the W. Some people want it in front of the W. The only modification I saw that I really liked,
white outline.
The white outline makes it look a little bit sharper, and I like the triple star in the like towards the back. Like it's a little nod to DC.
Yeah.
Like, I don't mind that one, right? But I will take it 100 times out of 100. I love that the name Commanders doesn't appear anywhere on any of the uniforms.
Genius.
I'm still warming up. I got to be honest. I don't love the black because that's not one of
Black
ours.
looks
But
so good.
it does look. It
It
does
looks
look
so
pretty.
sharp.
It does. And for anyone keeping score, we're deep in the fourth quarter. Cleveland's turned it into a 1-point game. I mean, these guys, Harden. I forgot Harden was still playing basketball. And then I realized, oh yeah, he is. Oh wait, what team is he on? Oh wait, he's in Cleveland now, playing
I
next.
feel like the scouts for the other teams almost forget that Harden is on.
Well, yeah,
on the Cavs.
and Detroit. I didn't want to get into this right away, but like Detroit has been terrible since they won. Since they won it all basically in like 2008 or whatever it was.
They have to be the fakest
2004,
one seed that the
2004,
East has ever had, right?
I don't know, man. I mean, they play good team ball, and like we'll get to the NBA, but I mean, let's go back to the Redskins, and then we'll come back to we'll go around the horn here. But on the talk of the uniforms, I mean, the big talk last week obviously was the draft picks. It looks like everything kind of where the dust settled is most people felt Peters did a good job with the limited draft picks that he had. The overall scores are pretty high across basically every entity that ranks front offices and draft classes and whatever. Everybody seems to feel like Peters did a good job. Do you echo that, or are you somewhere maybe a little bit less? I know he's your boy, and I know you're not going to crush him, but where are you like now that the draft is the dust is settled?
With how bare boned our picks were this draft, I think you got really, really good value. And I think you're going to go like you'll do more with these selections of players than Ron Rivera did in his 4 years. That's
Sure.
like it's you don't need to hit on everything, but like Sonny Styles looks like he's going to be a first rounder that will actually hit and not flame out the way our last 4 have before Jaden, right? Like that's the hope there. And then I think the biggest thing is I think AP learned his lesson last year, and you saw it with the Tunsil contract this year of lock these guys up quick, give them the money, get into like off-season training camp and big like all of it, the workouts, all of it, OTAs, training camp, whatever, and just no distractions. And I think that's going to be AP's goal is no contract distractions going into the meat of the offseason.
Yes. Everybody in the building doing what they need to be doing when they're supposed to be doing it. Let's focus on football. Let's focus on team. Like let's have an off season where we can focus on the team. The defense on a whole, FP, when you take a step back and look at what they've accomplished over the last 7 or 8 weeks between, basically give or take about 8 weeks, right? Start of free agency was the first week of March. When you look at how they have filled out this roster, addressing in free agency first and foremost, right? The gaps and the holes, especially on the defensive line and in the linebacking core, then adding to it with the draft. I think if you're looking specifically at the defense, you got to be excited about what they're going to be able to put on the field. Even right now, sitting here on May 5th, it's significantly improved over where we ended the season, just 4 or 5 months ago. Like the defense has improved and they haven't played a snap yet. And it's just about getting more pieces in the room collectively that can contribute immediately. Do you disagree with me?
No, not at all. And I'll take it even further. Like Nick Cross was on with Kay Adams. A, I love Kay Adams for obvious reasons. B, just kind of learning more about Nick Cross. I think part of my doubt with the draft recap and just all of it was that defensive secondary. And we always have the debate, right? Like we should have gotten more corners. We should have gotten one of the safeties. We should have.
Sure.
But if you address your linebacker core and your edge and your tackles are doing good, and we put attention to all of that, we still signed Nick Cross, right? He hometown hero, went to DeMatha. He has elite speed. He's a hometown hero, right? Like he grew up suffering with us. Like he could have been a co-host on DTC for years and years and years. If you go to like his old Twitter posts, they sound just like you and me, right? Like he's saying the same exact thing. So it's kind of crazy that he's on the team. But I was looking more into his game film. Like he is absolutely going to shore up the back end of that secondary and like no hate to Reeves, right? But like Will Harris and Nick Cross leaps and bounds better than what we were trotting out there the last 2 seasons, right? So Even better than Chin, right? Like, well, maybe not better than Chin, but
I mean,
you'll
Chin
go
is
back to
contributing
Chin level, potentially better.
I mean, sure, and yeah, maybe to a lesser extent. The defense has improved, and I don't think you can argue the opposite. You just can't. On the offensive side of the ball,
I wanted to see
TBD,
more. Yeah, I
right?
wanted to see more.
I'm confused about what we're doing at tight end. I'm confused about what we're doing. Like, what
Well,
are you
Chick
expecting?
should be a great addition, right?
Yeah, but all the press over the last week and a half has been this is Sennett's year, right? Did
Well, it needs
Sennett
to be,
walk in
but
off the street? Am I misremembering? Was he not a third round draft pick?
yeah. But I will say, and it's weird seeing sort of how the media is now adjusting to the David Blau potential pro style offense that we're going to run. There's been a lot of people recently poo-pooing on the college style system that Cliff had. And while it was college style, it was easy to defend. We had all those sound bites from other teams being like, this is a fake offense. I think it was the perfect scenario to get Jaden introduced to the NFL,
Sure.
to get him his speed right, his clock right, everything like that. But I think if you truly do switch to pro style now, where you're going to do a lot of 13 sets, right? We're going to have a lot of tight ends and cross routes and whatever, and really attack the middle meat of that field. Sinnott, from all metrics, RAS score, if you're AP or to whatever game film you're watching, he has the skill set. I just don't think he was used correctly in a Cliff Kingsbury offense, right? Take that and pair it with, unless you're top 5 generational tight end talent, a la the Donkover and the Raiders, it's a year or two until you really shine, right? You could say the same thing for Kelsey. You could say the same thing for a lot of these tight ends.
But we agree
this should be the year you see him
get production out of the tight end position. I mean, in Zach Ertz, listen, his season ended on a terrible note, but he was contributing. He was contributing. I mean, I know we killed him. We killed him regularly, right, for getting 5 yards when you need 6. But he was contributing. He was sure-handed. He was the safety, the release basically in the middle of the field. Like he knew how to sit down in a zone defense and just catch the ball and get down. Occasionally he got a little bit ambitious and he would run and fumble, but all that to say, they must get something out of Ben. I'm not going to call him a bust, but if he doesn't contribute in a meaningful way, and I'm gonna put some numbers
outside of blocking, yes,
he needs to have 45 catches minimum, or he doesn't have a future on this team. I think his season high was last year at 22.
Yeah,
right?
I mean,
he needs 45
I'm okay.
catches. He needs minimum 650 yards and 4 touchdowns. If he doesn't,
I'm okay saying that.
I mean, he has to do something. He has to do something.
But I think from a 30,000 foot view, if you're looking at the tight end room, right? Could it be worse? Has it been worse? Yes, right. Like you addressed it by getting a really good addition, and the other guys
contributor.
They're contributors. They have their chemistry, and you got to see them grow. But that's the offense as a whole, right? Like switching to a pro style, you have to see what we see from an Andy Reid offense, what we see from a McVay offense, what we see from some of these pro style offenses, where it's not just run up the middle, screen pass, and go routes, right? Like that's all Cliff was doing. We need the finesse in the middle, right?
Also,
the
too many bubble, but like it seems like we go in eras. We had the bubble screen era, and then we had the, I mean, going back to Spurrier, right? It was go route city, and then it was bubble screens, and then it was like the team needs an identity. Like
the problem with that is you kept introducing different coordinators.
I know,
and players that didn't match. Right?
I get it,
like,
but they have
2 separate entities. The front office was a completely separate entity of who they were drafting versus the coaching staff and what they were putting on the field.
I hear you. And looking specifically at like running back, for example, they've done some things to address running back. Like I'm big on White. I think he can, again, I think he can be an immediate and impactful contributor. Like really, I think he can step in and do what he was doing for Tampa on a slightly wider scale or a slightly larger scale. Like he can do what this team couldn't do last year consistently, which was get 4 tough yards when needed. I think
you also have best nickname in the NFL right now, Fat Man, right? Kaytron Allen.
Yes.
Best nickname in the NFL.
And I see him as a Bill replacement.
No, he is.
I know.
He's
I know
your
he's built
bruiser.
different. I
He's
know.
your
I know.
bruiser. And if you look at some of those, I mean, you should have. Well, I mean, if you paid
What's his
attention to,
height? What's Fat Man's height? Is he like a Brandon Jacobs? He's not that big, right?
No, he's not that big.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
But if you look at the game film from Penn, I mean, was it Penn? Penn, right? Yeah. If you look at
Penn State.
If you look at his game film, like he was running, he was doing some amazing things in exactly the same position where we would be shouting at our TVs that we can't get the 4th and inches and turn it right. And
Yeah.
the hope is with White, with Bill, with Fat Man, right?
You just like saying Fat Man.
Fat Man's so good. But then you don't need to use, and this is what you've been clamoring for. You don't need to use Jaden in a way that'll get him rocked, right? Like he's not gonna. He doesn't have to.
Big. I mean, he's 6'1", 216. Like he's not that big.
I don't know why his nickname is Fat Man. I think they've been calling him
because his mom,
because he was a fat baby.
He's a fat baby. Yeah. He's a fat baby. I mean, look, I'll take it.
But the point is, you have 3 running backs now, technically 4. And you shouldn't need to use Jaden in a way where he is a featured running back, right? If he can just do what Jaden does, which is
extend,
things collapse, extend, and you just see him glide out of bounds while he's laughing at the defenseman that can't catch him.
Well, I can do without the grinning.
No, give me all the grinning if it means
I don't want grinning.
First down and he's not getting hit.
It's year 3. We need seriousness. We need
let everyone else be serious, right? I want him to have his own aura and to have his own swag and to play his game. Everyone else can be serious around him.
Well,
have his linemen be his bruisers and let him laugh and smile.
Or maybe save the grinning for when you're up and you're doing victory.
Yes, okay.
Right? Like
maybe situational smiling is
situational smiling. That's what we should name the episode. Episode 381, situational smiling. Okay, I mean, they also signed or they didn't sign. They brought in a field goal kicker. Did you see the tape on this kid?
Yeah,
I gotta look up his name. He was warming up with 70-yarders off a tee. That's a really long field goal. That's basically touchback, 2 first downs. We're gonna set, like, you're in scoring range at approximately your opponent's 46-yard line. That's nutso, FP. Like, is that where the league is going, where you can basically pencil in, or you just start taking?
I mean, you're basically stealing the formula from the Cowboys, right? Go out, get some unknown with a big leg.
Yeah.
Right? And you got Big Ten reliability. I mean, he's kicked in some tough weather games, right? Like he's not like a softie when it comes to needing perfect conditions, and he's got a big leg. Anything is going to be better than Jake Moody, right? Or at least a competition with Jake Moody. That's
his name is Drew Stevens. Drew Stevens. Yeah, I mean, his career long is 77 yards. That is,
I mean, I think he was like 44, 47 inside the 40. Like he's automatic for PATs.
Listen, I'm all for the competition, but I'm also for, like, it doesn't feel like the league is just we're moving towards a little bit more of the thunder and lightning, the bruiser ball, a little bit, aren't we? Just doesn't it feel like we're just shifting just a little bit towards that right now?
Yeah, and you saw it in the draft. Like
the run on tight ends makes you think maybe the era of air raid is coming to an end here, and we're gonna get back to like just power football.
Yeah, I mean, it's cyclical, right?
Pro form, under center, bruising.
It's gonna happen because that is now the type of offense you have to put out there to beat the speed defense the speed defenses that were drafted over the last 10 years, right? Sure. They're all small and fast, so you need to start bruising, and then eventually they'll fix, and then you get your fast guy. And
I also think the league's emphasis on calling defensive holding in particular lends itself to, okay, we're going to put a fullback out there, right, every once in a while to pave a path, and good luck not holding him as he's bulldozing your safety. Right. Like your tiny safety, to your point. Right. So I think, like, for one, I'm all for this, right? I'm all for this shift. Like, we've had the past 10 or maybe 12 years, 15 years big play offense. Everything's pass interference. I mean, they've kind of gotten better, I think, about how they call pass interference, because if you remember, there was a couple of years where it was just throw the ball downfield. The wide receiver can do basically it can do no wrong, and you're
either way you're getting chunk
your
yardage,
penalty, right? But yeah, I mean, I like this more. I do. I like the idea of we have 3 running backs. We're going to use all 3. We're going to wear you out, and eventually one of them is going to probably break one. But if not, we're going to have 3 guys go for 60 yards apiece, and you're going to be dead by the end of the game.
Honestly, the biggest factor is going to be how the wide receivers look and how they get utilized in Blau's offense. And Terry's been putting in work. I don't know if you saw his social media, but I think Terry has a chip on his shoulder, which could be kind of scary if to have him. I don't think I can remember Terry McLaurin looking this committed to his off season and putting in the work compared to after his rookie season.
Are you going to argue that last season was not very good and it started off poorly? And
I'll put the blame on Terry for it. I understand why he was chasing his bag, and I understand, athletes have a specific timeline. You have to be greedy at certain times, but yeah, it put a hinder on the offseason, put a hinder on the chemistry. It led to his soft tissue injuries.
Exactly.
Yeah,
yes.
But I get it.
But now he's also got competition, I think legitimate competition in the receiver room. Because Debo, say what you want about Debo, he was never coming in here to, replace Terry. I think Terry's replacement is now on the roster, right? I think this is a little bit different, right? Debo was never going to take balls away from Terry. Antonio might.
Antonio might. And I don't think you hate it if he does, because that just means he's doing something great.
Sure. But it also allows Terry, hopefully, to start to transition. And I mean, it sucks to say it because I feel like Terry just got here. It feels like he's been on the team.
He was an actual Redskin.
He was an actual Redskin. He played for 4 coaches, right? I mean, he was a Gruden pick. I remember very vividly that off season. It was basically no talk about this 3rd round pick named Terry. Right. It was all about, Haskins. And then we show up in week 1 in Philadelphia and Jay's out there running plays for Scary Terry. And we're like, who's this guy?
Right.
And it was, that
took everyone by surprise.
Was shock and awe. So, it's wild to think he's been here that long, but I think he's got another act. Terry seems like the kind of receiver. He's very Stephon Diggs. In my mind, he's a Diggs or even a Randy.
Hey, right? Diggs might actually end up coming here because he just got off.
Which personally, I would personally love. He's a sure-handed receiver who knows how to sit down in a zone, and occasionally will rip 30 yards after catch or whatever. And I think that's the next thing for Terry. I don't know. He's made a career out of catching 50-50 balls from Taylor Heineke and the like. The next part of his career needs to be can he find that soft spot in the zone and sit and catch? Santana Moss did it once upon a time.
I was just going to say he's on the Santana trajectory.
And Santana is a beloved Redskin. When he came here in the trade, it was Lavernius Coles. We swapped him with Santana. He was the barn burner. He's the guy that's going to take you to the house. And we saw him do it for 2, 3, 4, 5 seasons, maybe.
Yeah, Miracle on Monday night.
Yeah. But then he transitioned into the sure-handed slot receiver that was a nightmare for a linebacker to guard. And when you put a corner on him, then there was somebody's open somewhere else. That's the next act of Terry's career.
And I think Terry knows that. And just some of his off-season footage and his working on his footwork and his breaking routes and stuff, that's stuff that obviously he knows, but he's trying to perfect it because I think he knows now age is a factor. Yeah, I need to sell it that much more when I break my route to get open to create that extra cushion. He recognizes it. And that's good. It's good that he's on the
absolutely and let the kid come in and run whatever the kid wants. Let him run every go route. That's totally fine.
Yeah, right? I mean, and you still have other pieces, right? Jalen Lane probably isn't going to get used much, but he still technically has barn burner ability, right? And Luke is your project, but he proved it. If he gets used correctly as a wide receiver 3-4, he could go downfield, stretch the field, and make an acrobatic catch. We saw it last season. So the wide receiver room isn't terrible. Do I still want us to see Jawan Jennings or Ayuk or whoever take a flyer on him? I'm probably out on Ayuk, but like if it's a team friendly deal,
I want to see Trey. I want to see Trey on the field. I want to see him. Like he's a big body former first round pick that's gotten very little miles.
If he has resurgence with Jaden playing healthy, great.
Sure, but I mean he's the size of a tight end. FP. Like you figure out use him somewhere.
He was drafted to replace AJ Brown for the Titans. Like
yes, I do love what the Titans are doing too.
They're going to be scary.
Eventually, I think they will be. Yeah.
Also, rumor is Aaron Rodgers potentially Cardinals.
I heard this too. Like, there's no way.
It's not a bad fit.
Well, it's not a good fit. Why is it
it's better than it was in Pittsburgh?
You think he's going to be happy with Connor? I mean, no, not Connor. They just drafted the rookie. What's his face? Love. Jeremiah. They drafted Love, and then they got Harrison Jr.
He's got a LaFleur as his coach, who drafted a backup QB to be his replacement.
He's got LaFleur
with a love on the team, right? It's basically the markings of Green Bay 2.0 for Rodgers.
Yeah.
Just, shifted a little bit. But the weapons are there, right? Like the tight end, Marvin Harrison Jr., Love, like way better weapons.
Yeah.
And warm weather and dome.
I'm not buying Marvin Harrison Jr. though. That dude, he drops a lot of balls, takes a lot of routes.
He had half of Kyler Murray and a Jacoby, right? Like, you can't.
I don't know. I mean, listen, we spent a long time poo-pooing, Kyler last season. I mean, and I get it.
Who could have a significantly better outlook?
Yeah, maybe Kyler wasn't the problem though. Like, isn't it possible that Kyler wasn't the problem? Possible.
Yeah, I think he's kind of the problem.
I mean, okay, he was part of the problem, but the offensive line wasn't very good. They had an aging running back, and their stud receiver, a lot of drops, took a lot of routes off, not a lot of hustle plays. Like maybe that's a byproduct of the locker room not being serious.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I don't know if adding Aaron Rodgers. There's basically nowhere you can add Aaron Rodgers outside of the DC defenders. But even then, that might be a regression. Like I know he still has something in the tank, but is it championship caliber? Like, is he going to elevate a team? Like the Cardinals leaving Pittsburgh, where you have to play the Ravens with a new head coach. You're playing the Bengals or
Listen, if you tell me
he's in a better situation than going to the NFC West.
If you tell me team for team last season, Steelers and Dolphins, and all you did was flip-flop Tua and Aaron Rodgers, is Aaron Rodgers not at least in the playoffs?
Yeah, well, yeah, but Miami's roster was significantly better.
Arizona's weapons are significantly better.
No, I don't think so. I think I'd rather have DK over Harrison. I'd rather have their two running back. No. I disagray. And again, he has to deal with the Rams twice, the 49ers twice. Who am I blanking? Rams, 49ers, Seahawks twice. Like this is a huge no. It doesn't make sense. Arizona's in a rebuild. They can't they just have to go through with it. Like they got Jacoby playing.
Well, I mean, maybe LaFleur completely turns it around. He's been around some really good coaches.
I don't. It's possible.
All I'm saying is like a Trey McBride, Aaron Rodgers connection could be very scary. Very scary.
The path to relevance is just much more difficult there.
Yeah,
I'd roll the dice and take my chances on.
This is our fifth offseason understanding where Aaron Rodgers is going to end up. He needs to stop holding teams hostage. That's what he needs to do.
Well, and for what value, right? Like Miami still makes sense for him. That's probably the only place that makes sense for him. Like where else can he go immediately and say?
I think Miami hit a diamond in the rough with Malik. I think he's going to do really well there. Like now that he doesn't have first round expectations and coming into a team that had nothing around him.
It's fair.
I think he's going to play way better.
I mean, Minnesota made sense, right? Until they until they signed Kyler. Like, but that doesn't necessarily make a whole lot of sense anymore.
Right.
Like where else does Aaron Where is he a legitimate upgrade? Tennessee, no chance of winning in Tennessee.
Arizona, maybe Cleveland.
I mean, I would have argued maybe the Raiders, but that's about it.
Mendoza and Kirk. No.
I mean, yeah, okay, but I don't know. I don't know if Aaron is an upgrade anymore at this point. It's
always going to be
5 years
intriguing.
removed from the Jets debacle. Like
It's always going to be intriguing to see.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know. I think
The thing is, like, the media loves to hate him, but then when you watch interviews and like see him be personable, he's not okay. I don't hate him.
I know
He's a good guy. He
I know,
kind of
but
has like
everything he's tried to force on teams has not worked. I
fair.
want my offensive coordinator with the Jets, didn't work. I want my receiver with the Jets, didn't work.
Yeah.
Right. I want whatever in Pittsburgh, didn't work.
Yeah.
It didn't work. That was a weird fit from the beginning. Like there's too much complaining on the side. No. I'm out. I'm out on the Aaron Rodgers bit. I don't see him as a value add anymore for anybody. I did want to talk a little F1. I spent a little bit of time with Matt the Met on Sunday, and we started the F1, the Miami F1. What do we call it? Just a race? Is that what we call it?
Miami Grand Prix.
The Miami Grand Prix. We got about, I think, 19 laps into it, and then I just lost interest. I was like, doesn't seem like anything interesting is happening.
F1 has the perfect outlet for you, where within 3 hours after the race, their social media YouTube team or whatever does like the quick recap of the race where they show you everything you need to know. It is designed for you on a 1.5 playback speed to get it all in, because you aren't going to sit there for 57 laps and look at the nuances of what every driver's doing.
Your boy Matt was like, well, the battle between 7th and 8th. I was like, 7th and 8th? What? Like, we're watching a race, but you're telling me the highlight right now, or where I need to be focused is the battle between 7th and 8th? This doesn't make sense. This don't make sense.
No, I mean, you have to appreciate, again, you have to relate, you have to be able to connect to the drivers the same way somebody like you can appreciate bottom bracket drama in the Premier League, right? To me, I'm like, I don't care, right? Who cares about these bottom rung teams? But you understand all the drama and the relegation and the different storylines, so you appreciate it more. It's the same thing with F1, right? When you're looking at Alpine and Williams and what's going on, and Carlos Sainz, and he got screwed over by Ferrari and Mercedes and like there's so many like little storylines that you can care about. But the big storyline is Kimi Antonelli got the win, right? Like nobody thought Mercedes.
I told you we stopped at 19 of 57.
Okay, well, the start of the race, Max has a big spin out, right? There was some drama at the start. That was exciting. It was a good race.
Exciting. Matt was, look, I didn't want to like poo-poo on Matt's parade, so I just kind of withdrew. Right? I just let him enjoy it. Took a nice little nap on his couch, actually. It was great.
That's okay.
He was very much into it.
If I were you, I would just watch, like,
I love
you don't have to sit for the race. Watch the recap. You'll get everything you need.
I enjoy recap. I mean, you brought up EPL, and it wasn't on the show sheet here, but are you at least mildly curious to see what happens at the top and the bottom of the EPL?
You slightly infiltrated my algorithm, so they occasionally come up in my reels.
Okay.
So I'm a little curious to see how it plays out.
Yeah, I mean the battle at the top is pretty wild. I mean it's going to come down basically. It's going to, for the 100th season in a row, Arsenal's in position to win the league, and it's going to come down to Man City. They're in the driver's seat. That's just the way it is because they played one less game. But at the bottom of the table, the relegation battle and the possibility that the NFL will be playing games in England in a lower level team building that cost $1 billion, that's running a $300 million deficit, that can't afford to keep their players. Like, it is bizarre that this would happen, FP, if it does happen. And it looks like it might happen. So, it's one of these things where, like, I don't like cheering against or for someone's demise, but what a wild story to see them if it actually happens and they fall. And I think we talked about it a little bit last week too. Like Leicester won the league 10 years ago. They were the Cinderella of the football world winning the EPL, winning the Premier League, and they've just been relegated 2 years in a row. They're going down to tier 3.
Yeah, I mean it's definitely a fascinating storyline.
They'll never come back.
See.
They'll never.
I wouldn't be opposed. I hate driving into DC, but I think I saw on one of my infiltrated algorithm reels that I think the Queen Vic in DC, I think it was like recently crowned or like top 5 like authentic soccer sports pub in the country. Like it's one of the best,
Which is it's pretty cool.
One of the best sports pubs to go watch.
Everybody, because you got people from all over the world here. I mean, they're showing everything everywhere, right? I mean, it's one of these things. LP's in the green room saying, "Leave me out." So I guess that's interesting. We'll see if he contributes from the green room. But I mean, I know he's watching the relegation battle, and I'll just throw out one other team, and I don't want to ruin your algo, but like the Crystal Palace is an interesting case study because when they finally came up, they've been up for a while. But the Queen's Park Rangers, this team is wild because they spent like 70 years up and they are in like the 6th league now. Like they are nowhere to be found. And as documented previously, our boy Pat and Coventry City, they're going up. So Pat's a season ticket holder. He's going to be able to see everybody play in Coventry's like 10,000 person stadium. It's like the equivalent of, I don't know, the Lakers coming to the George Mason campus. Like it's just bizarre how the whole thing works, but it'll be wild to see what happens here over the next 2-3 weeks or so. You want to go into the NBA a little bit? I know I'm watching. It's halftime here. Thunder.
Yeah, I got it up.
Yeah, you made a proclamation that you believe the Lakers will be swept. Do you feel strongly about this?
They should get annihilated by the Thunder. They are playing much better than I thought they would be, especially without Luka. I mean, I hate LeBron. I don't want to bring up LeBron, but LeBron is very, very clearly doing insane things at 41 years old, winning a series. Granted, it was Houston without KD, but he's doing it with a poo-poo team. I mean, when you're happy that Austin Reeves comes back, it's a crap team, right? Like, and they're still getting the wins.
Yep.
I'm over the forced ESPN down my throat storyline of him and Bronny being the third father-son duo, whatever.
It's only been 30 years of LeBron, the chosen one.
But he's also playing his 299th playoff game.
That's pretty freaking wild.
Like,
yeah. The regular season's 82 games, so
57th playoff series. Like it makes no sense.
Yeah, but listen, he's still contributing. I'll give him that too. He's still contributing. There was a great topic.
He took an entire regular season off.
There was I mean, that's true too. I mean, and I think LP actually made just a very smart point in the offline chat earlier this week, or maybe it was late last week. He said the problem right now, if you're betting the NBA playoffs, is the basis of your bet is flawed because the teams haven't played in the regular season. Like it's only like the 15th time out of now 100 games that the starting lineup of X team has actually played in the same game. So like you don't actually know. And then, I think to take it a step further, I think Matt then chimed in, or maybe it was Razzle, and basically said, like you're going to see a lot of 7 and 8 seeds, or even the play-in teams be really competitive because you don't know how to guard them, especially in the, in a series. Like you have to adjust quickly, and we've seen multiple times. Like Orlando pushed. I mean, Philly got past Boston.
I was gonna say Boston got surprised because they were facing a Philly team that suddenly had Joel Embiid playing real minutes, which never happens.
And Embiid doesn't make sense to me either. This guy has taken more time off, more time away from the team, more time
just a bitch.
He's so and then all he does is the flopping is so much, and but again he's been the soul of that Philly team for how long? How many players have come and gone? I mean, Harden was on that team once upon a time,
but I feel like this is like the first playoffs where you're truly seeing Embiid participate outside of like the first 2 seasons he was on the team.
I agree. And
like it's such a big gap.
Listen, and in game 1 against the Knicks, I know that score, that final score, I think is a little bit misleading. Philly can beat the Knicks. I don't think they will, but they can. If they slow the game down considerably and force the ball inside, they could do it.
Philly's going to steal one. The Knicks will have a gentleman's sweep, but
I suspect the same.
I don't like the Knicks either. I don't.
I mean, the Knicks are they're difficult to watch at times.
I don't see any team in the East competing with the top 4 teams in the West. Whatever the finals is, it's going West.
Well, I mean, I think the top 2 teams in the league are by far. It's OKC and San Antonio, and I could argue either one of them as the better of the 2 teams. I think you'd be remiss to just discount OKC. They're tearing through everybody, and they're extremely deep, right? They are built for this sustained winning, right? And again, this is what we want to see here in DC, hopefully with the new look Wiz. But the Spurs are really good as well, and Wemby is really, really good. I mean, he's a point.
He had 12 blocks.
Yeah,
12 blocks.
He is excellent at all facets of the game, and it's pretty cool to see David Robinson and Tim Duncan just sitting next to each other,
sitting like fans.
Yeah, like Wemby was one. like he's a baby. Like he literally is a baby compared to when Duncan last played in the league. So,
but the Spurs losing to the Timberwolves,
well,
and Ant-Man coming back and playing some real minutes.
Timberwolves, I mean, he gave him 18 points. He wasn't cleared. I mean, I didn't think he was going to play in game 1. He came in and dropped 18 and looked pretty good doing it.
You push through Denver, which is a pretty big obstacle.
Pretty huge upset there. Yep.
Timberwolves they could do shock and awe to Lakers and OKC and Spurs, and they could.
They're not going to see the Lakers. I don't know. They're not going to see the Lakers. I don't think they get past the Spurs either. I
don't think I hate it if it's OKC Timberwolves. I think I like that matchup.
OKC. Oh, I mean, sure, but I just don't see anybody. You could have argued that maybe Boston could hang with OKC, maybe, but they're gone. So like, what's
East ain't hanging with anyone.
No, and the Tatum thing was interesting too. I know. I was quick to the draw saying Tatum should be playing. It's an elimination game. And then somebody in the chat reminded me very quickly, he popped his Achilles in an elimination game last year when he was sore, and it cost him half the season or more. And then we saw Halliburton go down with the same thing in the final. Yeah. Like maybe not actually. Maybe this was the right move. That way you're not starting off the season, with nothing. But the NBA has. I mean, this is the storyline. Unfortunately for the NBA right now is one, the draft lottery, which nobody understands how it works, is happening. Like a couple days.
Sunday, right?
Right. And every time the commissioner opens his mouth to talk about how they're going to fix the draft lottery, everyone this isn't rocket science. Like, why is it so complicated? Why is it probabilities and balls? How many times do you have to see the same comment over and over? Like, if you're the worst team, you get if you either do it the NFL style or you do the tournament. And I love the tournament idea, and I love the idea of capping. That you as the worst team in the league cannot have back-to-back years of number 1 picks. I think that changes the entire discussion as well. If you suck for 5 years and you can only have the first pick twice, like your incentive is to win because you the opposite means you will just stink forever basically and never attract talent to your city.
Yeah, I mean it just happened in the NHL today, right? So Toronto won the number 1 overall. They had an 8.5% chance to get it with the 5th best odds. They got it, right? The Canucks were the worst team. They didn't get it. And you had a generational player coming in, which is completely going to change Toronto's trajectory. Like they were going into like uncertain rebuild to, we're going to have to rebuild quick.
Yeah.
But the thing is it went, there's no real headlines. There's no drama with it, right? It's a clear lottery ball thing, and they pick it up right in front of you, and they're like, here's your number 1. And everyone's like, okay.
The NBA still insists on, Deloitte and PwC did it behind. Like when they get on TV, they're just telling you the results. We're not seeing it happen in real time. I think that's a problem. It's always going to lend itself to, something nefarious or like, how do we trust it and whatever. But in the end, I don't hate the playoff idea. You know, the bottom 4 teams have to play and win a game to get the number 1 pick. Like, you can't just keep sucking forever. You can't. You know, I don't know.
The thing about the NBA is how many times does a generational talent come in at number 1? I mean,
well,
like
the last
Zachary
six number
Ricochet
ones-
was the number 1 pick,
I
what,
know, but
3 years ago,
besides
right?
him, but
They
look
were
at the
down like
last.
60 points in an elimination game. He got
but
0 minutes.
He's the exception. Look at the last 6 number 1s. They're all contributing. Real points, real games. You have the list in front of you, LP?
No.
All right, pull it up. Because I recently looked at this myself. Ricochet is the worst of the last like 5 or 6 or 7 years as far as first overall picks. And obviously that benefited us because Alex Sarr turned out to be the better player that we took at number 2. But regardless, like if you
Flag, Wembanyama,
Wemby,
Banchero for the Magic, Cade
Baller.
Cunningham.
I mean,
and
look
then
at
Ant-Man.
Cunningham is
Yeah.
So like there is value here. And again, it took almost 5 to 6 years for the NBA to change course to revalue the draft because it turned into just prospect to drafting from overseas and people you didn't know. But as the NCAA has made shifts and, you know, eliminating the one and done, like there's been things that have been done to, like, if you, again, recent history would suggest the number 1 pick is extremely valuable with the exception of what Atlanta did 2 years ago. Like all of those players are not just contributors, they're solid contributors. They're team leaders in year 3, 4, 5, like Wemby in year 2. Like this is pretty incredible. Like it's very valuable. And, you know, around this time last year, right, the Wiz should have gotten the number 1 pick, right? We ended up not on the number 1 pick. And look at what Coop did in Dallas, right? Are you telling me him on this team wouldn't have made DC better?
Well, I mean, I would
look at
imagine,
Wemby.
Yeah.
1 year, and they're the second best team in the West.
Yeah, and he will be I mean, you want to talk about generational, like somebody who changes the trajectory of your franchise. That's it. And the Spurs have had this now happen a couple times. And to be fair, so is Dallas. You know, so like it's, you know, when was the last time we had a number 1 pick? I think it's got to be John Wall, right? I mean, he's the best number 1 pick that we've had here. And before that, the number 1 pick was Kwame. Right? So like,
yeah.
Right.
Yep.
Then have the Lakers ever had a number 1 pick? The Celtics drafted Tatum at 3. Like the Celtics were down for what, 3 seasons total, right? In the mid 2010s. That's it. And they landed Tatum and they came back up. So like
Jaylen
that's what
Brown was a high pick too, wasn't he?
I think he was 5. I mean, they might have been the same draft actually. I don't know.
Lakers' last number 1 was James Worthy in 82.
They got those picks from trading away Coach Rivers, Doc Rivers, right?
Yeah.
Didn't they get 3 ones or something like that for him?
Something like that. Like that. I mean, Doc Rivers leaves a trail of tears wherever he's coaching, and your boy KD does the same, right? Like the 2 names I don't want linked to DC this offseason are Kevin Durant and LeBron James. Like, please, no, thank you.
Well, you're probably also AD's definitely gone before.
I mean, if he doesn't want to be here, okay. Like,
I don't think it's he doesn't want to be here. I think it's just asset management is gonna remove him from the equation.
I think
he's sending mixed signals, and he plays 50% of his games. So it's like,
if you don't want to be here, that's fine, right? But like he would be a value add on the court. But if you don't want to be here, fine, right? Like whatever.
I mean, look at how many former Wizards are actually contributors in the postseason. Like Denny Advia.
Denny's balling out.
He was the
Rui's
best player
been
on the
playing
team.
great for the Lakers.
Rui's been great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Marcus Smart. I mean, I know he was here for 5 games, but
it count. But Kelly Oubre, people forget. Like Kelly Oubre is a time Wizard, and he's still balling in Philly. I mean,
That's true.
He outlasted Otto Porter. I mean, he's got a spot in the league as a.
I don't think any of us wanted to lose Oubre though. I think we were all collectively upset about that one.
That was
that was Trevor Ariza part 2, wasn't it?
Yeah. That was the end of Grunfeld. Yeah.
I mean, but this staff traded away Advia. I mean, like he has a serious potential to be.
I don't think anybody knew
nobody had this. I mean, he ended up in a place where they had an abundance of minutes, and he just
they were starving for any real action.
Yeah, and it'll be
interesting. It could be the Nick Young effect. where he just plays a lot and he's throwing up so many shots. He gets his 30 points.
we knew he could ball, right? But the question becomes for the Blazers, like, what happens when Dame is next to him, right? Like, are they actually like what does that lineup actually look like? I think it's still.
Well, yeah, is Dame going to use him better than Beal used him? Right, Beal.
He will, because Dame is a legitimate point guard. Right? Dame is an extremely underrated talent, right? He's overshadowed by his contemporaries in the game right now, but he's a baller in his own right. I mean, the guy's injured and stepped in and won the 3-point contest. Like he's fine. He's gonna be fine.
Half-court shot guy. I mean, but who knows what he's gonna be like when he's back? I mean,
that's a good point too.
I think he's up there in age. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm watching the old man right now. I mean, LeBron is.
I mean, it's a 10-point game. It's amazing. It shouldn't be a 10-point game.
Yeah, I mean, he's basically he jogs from one 3-point line to the other, and very seldomly goes inside on either end. Like he's just kind of out there.
Well, I mean, yes, we all hate him, but like we also have to give him credit for what he's doing at 41 years old.
I mean, Vince Carter.
I mean, he's still
he's
the best player on the Lakers for sure. Still.
I mean,
when Luka's not on the court.
I mean, look, it looks like. I mean, what a pass!
He's tired.
Yeah, he just walks back and forth.
Got no help.
He's walking right now.
Yeah, I mean, they got. I'm not going to say they got to get him some help because this is the roster he constructed because he destroys every roster he's on. But I mean, Miami just barely recovered from his absence. You know,
I mean, Rui's having a great.
Does anyone else think it's kind of odd that the one team that he has that has no help is going the furthest that they've been in a while?
This one,
he had help. Like other than the COVID year when they won.
What year? What team are you?
Well, yeah, that doesn't count. That wasn't a real.
What team are you?
The Lakers.
This is the furthest LeBron's gone in the playoffs in a while.
Well, at least 3 years
with his worst roster.
I don't know if this is his worst roster. That Cleveland roster.
No. On the Lakers, this is his worst Lakers roster.
Yeah,
and outside of the fake COVID year, they were first round exits through and through.
That's true. The bubble championship, it's the asterisk forever. Yeah,
they played in a hotel. That was kind of cool though. Playing in a hotel.
I mean, it's wild to think how far back COVID is now. Like, it was a long time ago.
Oh.
And half a decade.
6 years.
Yeah, it's wild. What else you got on your show sheet, FP? I think we hit everything. You want to do some hockey?
I mean, the hockey games have been ridiculous, right? Like the Wild versus the Avs. It was a shootout. It was one of the craziest playoff games you would have ever seen. The Avs are up 3-1 right now, but the Wild have every chance to even it up before the next period's up. Just playoff hockey in general is just so, to me, it's just so much more fun, right? Like when you tune into the NBA, the big names, the matchups to look for, Ant-Man versus Wemby, what you're looking at. But in hockey, unless it's one of the biggest names, which even then you can go unnoticed. It's just such a team sport, and it's so fast paced.
Well, give me an early prediction here.
The Canes probably curb stomp the Flyers, which we want, and then whoever the Canes play, we want them to lose. Montreal is a young team, and somehow they won a playoff game with 9 shots on goal, which is the dumbest stat I've ever heard in my life.
How do you feel about Tampa losing in the fashion that they did?
I'm good with Tampa losing because I hate Tampa. And
I know, but don't take your homer hat off and just for the sport. I mean, did we not want to see Tampa move forward? Were they not the better team?
Yeah, you could probably say they were the better team.
That's what I'm saying. What's better for hockey? Playoffs. What's better for hockey? I know upsets are nice, but
Montreal and the Sabres is going to be kind of a boring series. I don't know. Montreal has some. They gave us a headache last year, 2 years ago. Last year, they gave us a headache in the second round. They're not fun, or the first round. We played them in the first round last year. They're fast. They're young. They're chippy.
I want to
Okay.
see the Mighty Ducks.
Are they still San Jose?
No, Anaheim Ducks.
Anaheim Ducks.
This
Was
is
it
the
San
first
Jose?
time I've actually watched the Ducks play.
Oh, San
in
Jose
a
was
while.
Sharks.
The Sharks, yeah.
Yeah.
The
They're just fun
Anaheim
to watch.
Ducks.
I like watching the Ducks.
I
I don't know.
mean,
Maybe the colors are cool, but
Orange?
like I think, yeah,
no, they need to go
just
back
like
to their
the
throwbacks.
nostalgia
And match.
of
They need to match
Mighty
the
Ducks.
movie. They need to go to like the
Oh, yeah,
Daffy
yeah,
Duck goalie mask.
Yeah.
Somebody was making a comment about the Spurs going crazy with their 90s color scheme. I love
Yesterday's game. No, it looked
love it.
great.
looks great.
Yeah, there's
mean,
a lot of
it-
shirts that they're putting on to fans too.
I mean, do you remember
I mean,
the
it's
Dallas?
literally every
green-
fan is wearing
the
a shirt.
green with the top hat? Those were great.
I mean, I think OKC has to have the best fan base currently, right?
I would, yeah. I mean, it helps when you've been good for 15 years. Yeah, I mean, they do the blue shirts.
But like their
Well,
fan
that's
base
only-
shows that, but nothing else. There's nothing else to do in OKC.
That's the only
Yeah.
professional sports team that they have.
But honestly, if you were gonna move a team somewhere, this is the formula to follow. Like, is it not? Like, go somewhere where you don't. That's why I don't understand the Vegas play. Nobody lives in Vegas.
Like, what do you want?
Nobody
To be
is
the
from
Idaho
Vegas.
Potatoes in your football team?
Would
Yeah,
people
because
not
it's-
rally around it? Of
It's
course.
about money. It's not about winning. You think these owners are in it to win? They're in it to make money. You
But
go
you
to
make
Vegas,
money.
you're going to sell out every game. Doesn't matter how crappy your team
I
is.
don't
It's
know.
Vegas.
I don't know about that. I mean, it's one thing with the NFL where you got eight games to sell out, but I mean, they got 41 of these things to sell out as a basketball team. You
Yeah,
can't
but
do it
Vegas
in
has always got so many people.
Vegas had a
There's
glow up,
always
right?
something
They got
Vegas did,
they
yeah.
got the Raiders, they got the
Athletics.
Golden Knights, they got a F1 race. Like they're having a glow up when it comes to professional
They have
sports.
baseball coming, right?
Yeah,
The-
and then have
They're
baseball.
getting
too.
A's, right? Yeah.
Athletics are moving, and there's the I mean, it looks like the Dallas Mavericks could potentially end up in Vegas as well. Like,
That would be crazy.
yeah. Right. It was all the trading of Luke. I mean, it's all documented.
Although
right?
they should keep it the
Value.
Vegas Mavericks because that name works.
The Vegas Mavericks. Why?
What's Cuban's role in the Mavericks now? Is he still on the board? Just
Minority
not
owner. Tiny owner. Yeah, he's got like 5% or 10%. He's silent owner. But the lady he sold it to, right, is basically in cahoots with Nico, who's running the team, to devalue the team so that then they can move it because they don't want a new stadium in Dallas. Like it's a whole thing. You can Google it and look at it. But that's why there was all this foul play, basically discussed, right, with the Luka trade, because the trade still doesn't make sense. It doesn't make any sense. So, all right.
Yep.
We got through my list. We got through FP's list. LP, what's on your list?
Oh,
One
God,
last
DC
topic
United.
to get us out of here.
No, it's not. Did you guys talk about the JP Morgan case?
I mean,
Come on.
it's a fascinating.
Yeah, we gotta it is a fascinating story.
flat-chested fish head over there.
Yeah, it's an interesting situation. The
Who
accuser,
believes the accuser and who believes the accused?
he's
Well,
too
he
ugly.
doubled down. He doubled down today.
But he pulled back the lawsuit and went harder. It's
Pull back what
The funny
lawsuit?
thing-
He's going to get sued for claiming his dad died when his dad didn't die.
Yeah,
his
but
dad didn't die. He took 3 months off.
he apparently said it was to build his case.
Yeah, he
Okay.
says to build this case.
All
I'm
I'm,
sorry.
saying is,
I don't believe a word this guy says.
I don't believe a
it's
word.
gotta feel bad that you make this wild claim. It catches like crazy, goes viral, and the second your face gets shown, everyone's like, "This is fake. There's
No,
no
it's-
way that somebody's making
it's
this
fake.
guy a sex slave."
There's no chance.
You're
I mean, is
so
that-
ugly that you
Was that not
immediately
your
shot down his
immediate
story.
first thought?
I mean, I don't understand that face. He looks like part Family Guy, Quagmire, part.
It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't. The whole thing. We all wanted to believe it, and for different reasons. I think we all wanted.
Yeah, I
to
was getting my resume ready for JP Morgan.
Yeah, I mean, I think you sent. There's a great meme going around that Diana Rossini is going to be. That's where she's going to land. She's going to be doing. Anyway, the second this guy's photo became public, I was like, this is
But if he does double down and he is bringing
double down
receipts-
on what?
he's bringing receipts. He has eyewitnesses. One's in his family, but one's like an apartment building person. Like there's eyewitnesses and receipts coming out now.
I'm sorry, but the whole premise.
Yeah,
doesn't
but
make
there's
sense.
also pictures of him
Cute.
on a date with her, and he's got his
Exactly.
arm around
You can go
her.
on a date with your sex slave, LP. Okay, it's 2026.
Oh. The problem is,
I don't know,
I mean,
man.
he's a 1, and, you know, whatever you say, she's at least, what, a 6, 7, 8? Like, there's
She's
just too much of a delta.
hold on.
If this was based out of the Reston office, she's a Fairfax 10.
She's a Fairfax 10. Are you insane right now? A
No,
6?
but she's a New York 6.
Oh,
I mean,
you guys are beating her up, man.
She's a New York 6. Hide the knockers. She's a New
either
York
way,
6.
either way, the gap between him and her is at least 7 points.
She's a Fairfax 10, though.
She's a
It's
Fairfax
not hard
10.
to be a Fairfax 10 if you're not from Virginia.
So is that like an Arlington 8?
I'm kind of out on the Arlingtons.
It's a fascinating story. I
Either
want
way,
it to be true. I want it to be true.
Yeah, but I don't think it is. In the end, I think it's.
But why would he double down? And
He clearly
you know,
doesn't like to work. He took 3 months off because his dad died when his dad didn't die. Like, some people just
well,
have
who's
this complex
funding
of,
this? Like, I mean, is he rich? And like,
I mean, he's been working at JP Morgan for a while.
he's not poor.
Yeah.
I
Or
mean,
maybe he just wants
lawyers are
He just wants
expensive.
his ADs. He just wants his FaceTime.
That's probably true.
The problem is he's ugly. There's nowhere to go from here.
Going back
go anywhere.
Going back to Rossini, apparently she's gonna start sharing her side of the story soon. That was the
She
other
should say
rumor of the
nothing.
day.
Honestly, she should say nothing. There is nothing she can say.
Apparently,
that's gonna
apparently, from
make
what
it
I
end.
heard on the rumor mill, she's gonna get ready to let her side out, and it's gonna completely shuffle the deck, quote
what's
unquote,
what
for the
avail?
Patriots. I don't know what that
Yeah,
means.
you know why? It's probably because there's a lot more of that happening in NFL circle and sports
Yeah.
circles
Shocker,
than
boys.
we are known.
It's adultery in the NFL. Shocker. Everyone's
No,
so
but if Rossini gets blackballed and she comes out and she takes down ex-coach,
she's gonna partner with
ex-whoever,
RG3. Like, what are we talking about here? What
I'm
are
just
you
saying.
talking about, dude? There's no way.
She was high enough up
She's
that
gonna
she
get
can-
Vrabel fired so Belichick
she
can
could-
come back and coach the Patriots. What are we doing? Like, there's no way he loses his job unless he steps down, and there will never be enough public pressure on him to step down because he was just in the freaking Super Bowl.
Well, first of all, there's no such thing as public pressure anymore. Cancel culture is absent.
On that, man, that's true too. But
Everyone
like,
just bats their eyes at it now. And they're like,
unless
"Ah,
he-
man," and then they go to
unless
the
he
next
willingly
headline.
leaves FP, no one can remove him. Not to mention he works for a guy who was in the rugby tug. Like, you don't
rugby
care.
tug.
You don't
But
care.
you don't think that she has enough skeletons in other people's closets that she could do a pretty big shakeup?
Maybe. We know she was linked to McVay and Brickman Henry. Like, okay, maybe some of that could be true, but she seemed to really like Mike. I mean, between the Spotify playlists and the whatever, like, you know, the internet's going to internet, and it's tough when it does stuff like this, you know. But how much did she propagate? At what point is it not plausible that Vrabel said, I need to get out of Tennessee, and basically start leaking some stuff to her, or start putting things in motion that nobody else could validate or verify because she's literally at the source. Like, she's
Yeah,
getting
but
it from the source.
didn't this happen with Mike Shanahan when he was in Washington too? Wasn't he leaking things out on purpose? Like, that's not something new.
Mike Shanahan was leaking.
Coaches do that all the time, and
things
front
about
offices do that all the time.
Yeah, Shanny was
Yeah.
getting out in front that Kirk was his guy, and he didn't want RG3. It's a little bit different. He was also dealing with dad.
I think the
Retroactively
point is
fair.
leaking things. Yeah. Somehow this
listen,
is going to go back to
still
Dan.
bad for him, you know?
Somehow Dan's going to be found guilty in all this.
I mean,
Like,
if
it's going to go
Dan-
back.
Where
If
is
Snyder's in-
we
Dan's
still
nowhere
don't
to
know
be
what's up
found.
with John
If
Gruden getting
Snyder's-
fired.
If Snyder's in the Rossini files, I would pay attention.
Well, that could be a wrinkle too. If Rossini joins forces with Gruden in his lawsuit against the NFL,
Mm.
or if she goes to him and she's like, "Hey, here's some skeletons to throw your way about, the inner workings and kind of the bullshittery of the NFL."
She can get back into like reporting adjacent work pretty quickly, right? Every one of these bet streaming services would have her back in a second, anchoring
She's
a
so
thing.
independent.
There's so much she could still do and trade on her name. If she goes that route, FP though, she's done. Like she can't. There's no coming back from it.
No.
Why can't she just go independent and have a YouTube channel and
She can.
I
But she
mean
could also
basically be
call,
Tucker Carlson.
She could
of the
also
NFL.
call probably 20 of the 30 teams and say, I want to come be a beat reporter and elevate your team to the national stage. And they would do it in a heartbeat. Heartbeat.
Well, yeah, but it's because they don't want to get it in.
But well, not just that, but like it's I mean, you're telling me if our local team here, if she called and said, "Hey, I want a show on the FM Sports Talk channel, and I'm going to cover the team," you're going to say no? Of course, they're going to say yes. That's legit. That's
means she's taking our airtime, our future airtime,
our future airtime. Yeah, yeah. Our
She
future
went to your alma mater.
Yeah, well, I mean, listen, you want to do something, we may or may not have a well-placed source at a local radio station who recently was joking about pairing up Rossini and Britt McHenry, who both love the DC area and are natives here, to do a show. Would you not listen to that show? Because I would listen to that show.
100%.
I don't know if I would listen to that show. I would watch that.
You would watch that show. If you would watch it, I would listen. I don't think they could ever do it, but man, would it force a lot of ears and eyeballs onto a product that could be spectacular. Britt McHenry was a good reporter too.
She was good.
Yeah, she's transitioned into kind of like more general reporting, right, on Fox, and she does some stuff for national too. But yeah, I would listen. I would check out that podcast myself. So anyway, we'll see. Anything else, LP? I think we're done.
So no one believes the guy. We're all on the same page.
I want to believe him.
I don't believe the guy. I think he's going to get countersued, and we'll never see his ugly face again. No,
I would
Put him
just
on the
love
back.
to see more wrinkles
not buying.
in the story. It's fascinating.
I need a picture of his wife to be released. What if she's
There
like
was.
a 10
I
out of
sent it
10
to you.
smoke show? Did
He
you?
looks like the
Yeah,
villain
she had the
the Zohan.
Is she a butterface?
well, her face was covered with the snake head or whatever it was.
Wait, why don't we watch Don't Mess with the Zohan on for OMC?
Zohan's so good. Zohan and Borat should be the next two.
This is the JP Morgan Chase guy looks like the bad guy.
Yes.
It's literally his face.
Yeah, he looks like a cartoon / Hollywood villain. It makes no sense.
All right, I think we're done. LP, thanks for coming on late. FP, thanks for hanging out with me. The show is DTC episode 381. We'll be back next week, and then OMC 25. And I think, FP, do we have our movies ready for 26? I know Crabcake's going to join us. I think we're going Desperado.
And what was it? Green Book? No, something else.
I think you threw out one that you said we would love. I think, was it Green Book?
I forgot. There's a bunch that came on.
There was one on Prime. Let me see here.
Wrecking Crew,
Desperado. Those were the first two, and then I think we're gonna try to squeeze in a third.
Yeah, it was either gonna be Mercy or Green Book.
Okay, so we'll pick one of those, but definitely I think the first two are set. I've already watched Desperado, by the way. That movie's gonna be on a loop in my house on Netflix because it's on Netflix. It's just gonna be on all the time.
Yeah.
But Wrecking Crew looks. It might be terrible. It might not be terrible. It's a Amazon original flick.
It's better than the Netflix ones.
Have you seen it already? Have you seen Wrecking Crew already? Okay. All right. Looking forward to that one. I'm going to go finish the Lakers game and then get this edited and posted. My name is Joe. Thank you for hanging out with us. The show is DTC. You can get this podcast wherever you get your podcasts. Just search DTC. Episodes go up on Patreon first. Thank you to everyone that's joined us over there. Until next week, we are out.